Good morning. Good morning everyone, and welcome you all for MaxBite Industry 4.0 X.0 Product Conclave. And I thank all the speakers who are going to have their session today, and of course the chief guests for this today's event, and the organizing team for arranging this particular show. So my session now is about the Industry 4.0 Transformation Assessment and Roadmap. And I would like to start from what Dr. Dario was talking about, the ITTI assessment, where he explained about the assessment framework, how it helps the manufacturers to understand the current state of Industry 4.0 readiness in their manufacturing operations and processes. So this assessment and roadmap starts from that particular exercise of understanding the current state, where there are various frameworks. Of course, ITTI is one framework in UAE definitely being followed for the manufacturers to help them understand the current state. And when it comes to roadmap, so roadmap is a phase or the detailing that is needed for the structured transformation that is to be done by the manufacturers when it comes to Industry 4.0 transformation. So why a roadmap is needed for the manufacturer, first of all? So we are talking about the transformation here. So transformation is where you have a current practices and processes that is being followed, and now you are going into a new phase of how the things are being done. So it's a revolution, it's a transformation we are talking about. So it needs a structured approach. Of course, you can do POCs, pilots, and some solutions on bits and pieces, but if you want the entire organization to adapt to these technologies and changes, you need a structured approach to doing it. So that is where the roadmap is coming into picture. So if you would like to see an example of your real world scenario, so it's about navigating from one place to another place. So just take an example of this map, where you want to navigate from your source location to a destination. So it shows you the route map of how you have to navigate. So this is similar to that, the transformation that we are talking about here. And of course, the various government incentives, various government supports that the UAE government is bringing here. So this roadmap is also one of the checklist document that is needed to help them understand and for the approval processes. So when the roadmap is an exercise, a workshop with the manufacturing team in the entire operation, in all the dimensions in the ITTI, where starting from the design to manufacturing operations, from planning, production, quality, maintenance, execution, then the customer support, and the enterprise organizations, and the people development. In all these areas, the current state assessment is carried on. That is where the workshop takes place, where it's like a week-long workshop, like 3 to 5 days of workshop, to understand and go in detail about the current state, the current processes that is done in the manufacturing operations. Based on that input, the roadmap document is prepared. It can vary from anywhere between 1 to 3 weeks to prepare the document or the roadmap that includes various details that I will cover in the upcoming slides. So based on that, the roadmap document, it is presented with the demonstration day. So you have your understanding of the current processes, you have your roadmap developed with the technology use cases, how the technology will help in your specific manufacturing operations, what are those technologies that is going to be implemented, how it will help. So you will have a demonstration day of experiencing those technologies before getting started with the implementation of that particular transformation project. So this is the complete roadmap workshop, the schedule that is prepared for the manufacturers. So this covers in detail these 5 aspects. One is the current state. So what is the current state of Industry 4.0 maturity level in the operations, manufacturing operations? Then the business processes. So what are all your current business processes? How each activities are performed? What is the digital maturity or Industry 4.0 maturity in each of those activities? And what are the pain areas and gaps that are there that needs to be filled in, supported by these technologies? To do that, what are all the various Industry 4.0 use cases or technologies to be implemented specific to that manufacturing operations? And to do that, what is the business case? So what is the budget needed? What is the timeline? And by doing this, what is the return on investment the manufacturer is expected to get? So that business case development is to be covered, detailed in the roadmap. Then the implementation plan for the solutions and technologies that we are talking about. So these are the key 5 aspects that needs to be covered in the roadmap document. So that will cover how the transformation has to happen. So it's not about, you identify like 10 to 15 use cases or technologies and you implement them all in one go. That cannot practically happen, right? So you need to have a structured approach. So you know where your current level is. You will define where you want to reach in the next 3 to 5 years. So how do we reach that? It should be a step approach. So first you need to attain a consistent maturity of Industry 4.0 in all the areas, all the dimensions that we are talking about here. Then from there, scale to the higher maturity. So this structured approach has to be defined and planned as a part of the roadmap. And all the projects or use cases or technologies that is listed, how that should be implemented. Those use cases, of course, it's not just for the sake of technology or the use cases that we identify that can be implemented in any manufacturing operation. It needs to align with the organization's strategic goal. So each of the project or each of the use case, how it is aligning with the project, the organization goals, strategic goals, how it helps to improve that particular KPI. So that needs to be mapped. And what sequence each of these projects or use cases to be implemented in the manufacturing system. So that needs to be detailed captured in the document. And for each of these use cases and projects, what is the detail? So it should cover what is exactly going to be the project for specific to that manufacturing operation. And by doing that, which strategic goal these projects will support. To do that, what is the effort needed in terms of people, in terms of resources, what are all the details, efforts that is needed. By doing this particular project, what is the benefit that you are going to get, and of course, to do this, what is the commercial, the budget that is going to be needed for this particular project. And by doing this particular project, what is going to be the expected maturity level improvement that we can see in that specific area. So this entire detail has to be captured part of one specific use case description that we are talking about. So this entire exercise, as I mentioned, it can vary anywhere between 4 to 8 weeks, where up to 1 week, like 3 to 5 days of workshop happens at the manufacturing shop floor, the plant, where the one-to-one interaction happens, and the detailed factory tour to understand the current processes, how the systems are implemented, and with each function, the discussion to understand the current state and various systems that is used. Based on this, the report preparation takes place and the presentation and demo day at the end of the exercise workshop. So this is just to give you like a tentative plan of what happens in each of the discussion, one-to-one discussion with the respective functions. So there will be some prerequisites that are expected to be prepared by the manufacturer or the specific function heads during this interview, with the details on their current processes, what are the systems that is being used, and what are the pain areas. So some basic information that will be discussed, and there are some specific discussions on each of those dimensions and the structures that is there as part of the framework. And this is like a tentative schedule of how the workshop will happen. It's like a 3 to 5 days of workshop, depending upon how many departments or functions that will be part of this particular transformation that we are talking about here. And with each function, like 1 to 2 hours of discussion with each function on the various topics that the details that we have captured in the previous slide. And at the end of this, so there will be a preliminary report that captures the current score of each function with respect to Industry 4.0 maturity level. Then in the upcoming weeks, the detailed roadmap preparation that will be presented along with the demonstration day of the technologies that is identified. So the roadmap document, the technology roadmap that we are talking about, that covers various details starting from the current maturity level, the gaps, and the target goal, and to reach there, what are all the various use cases, solutions that needs to be implemented with the multi-year roadmap. And each of those use cases, there will be a detailed milestone-based planning of the implementation. And to implement that, what is the architecture, the infrastructure that needs to be enabled with respect to connectivity, with respect to server, with respect to various technology architecture, what are the changes that needs to be brought into the existing processes and the existing system. And with that, what is the team that is needed to implement those solutions? The technology team and the project management team needed by the manufacturer to implement and manage those projects, and how to manage them after the projects are implemented and systems are live. So what team is needed to maintain and manage those systems, and the required upskilling needed for the people with all the technologies that is there for the transformation. And finally, the demonstration day of representing all these technologies, how this will help in their respective operation. So these are all the entire part of the deliverables that we do, part of the transformation roadmap development workshop exercise with each manufacturers. So these are some of our existing customers where we are already worked or working on the roadmap development. Of course, prestigious customers like Hotpack, Motuk, Hempel, Hypack, Coca-Cola in UAE region, and Caterpillar, Toyota, Emerson, Blue Star, or on the other regions where we have developed the technology roadmap for their transformation engagements. And of course, Industry 4.0 transformation is not one-man job. No one person can do it. You need a team and ecosystem of technology is needed to bring the transformation. So we work with the top of the breed and the proven solutions and use cases and technologies to bring it into your manufacturing operations. So right from the assessment, roadmap development till the complete scale-up level implementations, we work with various technology ecosystem to bring those best of breeds into your manufacturing operations. Yeah. So with this, I would like to end my session.